Rachel? I don't know! Where's Rachel? Hello there, everybody. I'm here with my good friend, the Dark Knight, and, not anymore. Anyway, we are but a few short hours away from the premiere, and I am super excited. I cannot wait for this thing. I'm going with, the Warp Zone guys, Husky Row, and pretty much anyone who wants to come is just coming to this thing. It's gonna be awesome. Anyway, enough of that. Actually, not enough of that. Don't spoil it down below. I know someone is going to spoil, like, the ending of the movie in the comments below. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. People are gonna comment, and you're gonna be like, guess what happens? Don't do it. In fact, if you're gonna comment, type your comment and don't look at any others. Preempt the spoilers. But this episode, you're wondering, like, it's not Friday. Why the Q&A today? Well, here's the reason. I've received a bajillion messages. Way too many for my own good. And they're all like, Slenderman, I want to be the guy. So tomorrow, for the first time ever, we're doing a 2-4 super fantabulous, phantasmagorical, fantastic Fan Friday, where we're going to play both. One video will be I Want to Be the Guy, Gaiden, and one video will be Slenderman. Hopefully this is right up your alley. Hopefully this makes everyone happy and we can move on and I'll never have to play those games again. Also, this weekend, I know, a lot of announcements, bear with me. This weekend is Guild Wars 2, so we're going to do a live stream on Saturday. Probably the whole day. There's going to be about 1 million live streams going that day, so if you want to watch, fine. If you don't, that's your own deal. We're going to leave the video up there. We aren't going to do VODs on the YouTube channel, but if you want to stop over at twitch.tv/Shaboozey, SHABOOZEY, that's where we'll have those videos. So there's that. Also, I may have gotten an email from the Blizzard casting director. So, that could happen. Unless I am getting the old LA runaround, in which case, I'll talk to 1 million people, but nothing will happen. But it won't stop me. So help me God, I will get in that game. It will happen. Oh, it will happen. Next, imagine you're a fan of food. You know, the kind you need to live. Turns out I will be on Nerdy Nummies next week. It was the live recording we did a few weeks ago that ended hilariously. I think they're trying to edit it, but it's just all comedy gold. So I don't know how they're going to make it serious for Rose's show. But if you're a fan of Nerdy Nummies, you're a fan of Final Fantasy, and you're a fan of cupcakes, that would be the episode to watch. And hopefully they'll leave in some of the funny bits. I don't know if the live stream's still up, but I think maybe you can possibly still see it. I don't know. But that's the thing as well. Also, I have a list here. I will be playing the game Hoodwink. For those of you who don't know, on the podcast, we made like demands from that gaming company. I was like, I want them to follow me. I want them to do this and this and this, and then I'll play their game. And they totally did. So I'm definitely going to go and play their game. It looks hilarious. It's like a point-and-click adventure. I'm going to do a playthrough of that. It is just silly looking, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Then, because I know a lot of you demanded it, and it was on the Steam sale, we're also going to do, against my better judgment, a Dead Space and Dead Space 2 playthrough series, and we're going to pound those out as quick as possible, because I don't want to suffer any longer than I have to. Oh, and finally, for realsies, finally, I wrote this down here at the last minute. The message system on YouTube is just all sorts of funky lately. I wrote down an example. A user named FreeQuest sent me a message about like a get well soon because I was sick this week, and I replied with a thank you, but YouTube didn't confirm the sent message, so I have no clue whether he got it or not, and it does it like 1 out of every 5 now. So, as an example, yesterday I went through about 300 private messages, and some of them did not send. So if you send me or any other YouTuber a message, at least for the time being, be aware, even if we want to get back to you, sometimes we may not be able to. There's really nothing we can do about it. Anyway, enough jibber-jabber, let's get down to the questions. Question the first. Crime-solving rank 11 paladin asks, by the way, that's an awesome name, who are the other people who work for you behind the scenes, and how do they start working for you? Really, there's only one person, that's Blondie. Technically, he doesn't work for me, But if I'm ever out of town, he'll upload videos for me. Sometimes he answers messages, and he does stuff on the Facebook and things like that. But he's not necessarily an employee. He's just a very good friend who does some awesome stuff for me. And other than that, the RPG makers run the RPG server and pretty much all of the server stuff. There's a whole server admin group that works on the Shibuya server, and it's pretty much just me. I mean, I don't know if you can tell by the digs back there, and I'm in my apartment. I do everything out of my house. I suffer from the inability to let others mess with my stuff, so I'm sure I could have people edit, and probably at some point in the future should get an editor to come like help edit stuff, but I have this weird fear that they'll suck at it, and I'll just be wasting my time and money, which I'm limited in both. So I feel like eventually it'll happen, and you see like the OMFGCast has like editors and people who work with them and stuff. So maybe if I'm OMFGCast big one day, we'll see what we can do. But right now it's just me and Blondie, who helps out a bunch, and I owe him a ton. Question the second. Jesse, if you did not have a YouTube channel, where would you work? From Beazle 2010. Well, Beazle 2010. If I didn't have YouTube, where would I work? I'd probably be a teacher. For those who are unaware, I have a double major in history and theater, which are the two worst majors to have. History, I mean, I guess you could be a teacher, maybe a librarian, or work in a museum, or be a professor. So either way, you're teaching something. And theater is like, that's probably the worst thing you can major in. I know there are a lot of theater majors out there, but you're pretty much throwing money out of school, and you're getting no guarantee of a job. I mean, you have training of like how to act, but really that's not very useful in the real world. If you're on YouTube like this, it's probably great, or if you're going to go into theater stuff, but even then you have no job guarantee. Like, you can work in theater for a year and then never work again in your entire life. So yeah, I would assume a double major in theater and history probably means I'd be like a very flamboyant librarian, like, oh, library books, oh, they're wonderful. And finally, a question the third. T-Bomb Wills wants to know, Jesse, are we going to see more Crimnox and Sprudel? I loved that series, and I've been saddened since it stopped. I too loved that series, and I would like more to happen, but here's the problem. Like all big series that involve YouTubers, you don't just have your schedule, like what I'm doing, but also what they're doing as well. So, for example, with Crimnox and Sprudel, I needed to get not only myself, but also Krendor, and also Clint Hackelman, and also everyone else who was involved with making the series happen, and just sort of running it, and scheduling is a pain in the ass. So it's very difficult. You've noticed that with Terraria, right? We're still doing Terraria, but because TB and I have such crazy schedules, it's hard to find time for us to get together and do this stuff. Same thing happens with any major YouTubers. You're probably asking yourself right now, like, you do plenty of stuff with Krendor. True. Because much like myself, Krendor and I, we aren't like crazy going out party animals all the time. We work a lot. We work an awful lot. And so I know that I can call him up and be like, dude, it's 2 a.m. You doing anything? And he'll be like, nope, let's do this. And we'll just pound out some videos. Because that's our work ethic. Like, we will work nonstop 24/7 to get videos done. So, him, I know I can get him. So if you would like Crimnox and Sprudel minus any other characters, we could probably do that. Like a Crimnox and Sprudel special, that might happen. But, I don't know. Maybe a Crimnox and Sprudel go to Pandaria one day. That might be fun. Anyway, that's my 3 questions. Thank you for watching. Next week, we will be back with 3 more, and the week after that, and the week after that. So as I always say, thank you for watching, all my love, and as always, to be continued.